Hello and a very warm welcome. I'm absolutely thrilled to be telling you a bit about my chapter in the book Women Leading the Way. And I would like to do a big shout out to my co-authors and a very big thank you to Peace and Katie for putting it all together and everybody else behind the scenes. If I can just introduce myself briefly, my name is Irina Castellano. I'm originally from Germany. I'm sure you can hear it. And now I'm married to an Aussie and living here in beautiful Australia in Sydney. I am a part of this book because I would like to not only tell you, because of the title, it's everything happens and everything in life happens for a reason. It is absolutely the way I feel. That, having moved a lot with my family at a young age, we moved to, many countries, so 8 in total. And it has shown me so much about, different cultures, languages, looking at things from a different perspective. And I wouldn't be here for all these things that have happened and doing what I'm doing, because I think it all just really, the pieces of the puzzle fall together, and there's a reason for me being so passionate about what I'm about to share with you. The chapter actually starts off with our travels, with my start in hospitality, and then also within the airline industry, because I worked for Emirates Airlines in Dubai. And then also how I moved here to Australia, and now I'd like to read on page 94 about how we became foster parents and our IVF and adoption story. And it pretty much, started that I've always been interested in kids. So while in Turkey at the age of 12, I actually started babysitting among the expat communities, and I just loved spending time with the children. Then at the age of 15, while living in the US with my family, I actually read a book about a child being abused by his biological mother and how he ended up in foster care. It just blew my mind. I had never even heard of anything like this. And I decided then and there that maybe one day I'll have my own kids, foster kids, and possibly even adopt a child. So I finished school, then worked in hospitality and the aviation industry. And when I finally met my husband and moved to Australia, I wasn't allowed to work for the first few years until the spouse visa turned into citizenship. And what a silly rule, right? And then in every local paper, I could see ads for foster carers, and I just had too much time on my hand, and David traveled about 200 days a year. So I kind of told him over the phone that that was a wish that I had for so long, so many years, and that the time now seemed right. Now, he was a bit apprehensive, as he only ever really thought of having our own kids. But to please me, happy wife, happy life, he knew that I needed something meaningful to do, so he agreed. And then we started fostering a few kids, then also tried IVF, since, the traveling didn't really help. So we moved to China for a couple of years and Singapore for 5 years. And we actually also ended up fostering in Singapore. And one child that we heard about, she wasn't placed with us, but we heard about a child in the incubator in a hospital that needed a permanent home. And so we adopted our daughter in 2004. She was 1 at that time. I mean, we had been in contact from the age of 2.5 months, but it took until about the age of 1 to actually be adopted. And so she was with another foster family before that. And then a few more IVF cycles followed. It also produced a miscarriage and a stillborn. And then we had our biological son in 2006. We continued to foster in Singapore as well as in Sydney when we returned. And then in 2009, a little girl who was supposed to, be with us for 3-4 months actually ended up being adopted by us as well. I really mean it when everything is meant to be, and it all happens for a reason. If we could have had 3 biological kids naturally from the very beginning, soon after our marriage, then we probably would have never, even looked into fostering to begin with. But we also always wanted 3 kids. So for that to work out was just absolutely brilliant. And we've been fostering for more than 23 years now, and it has changed our lives in so many ways. And I can't wait to share my story with you in the book. Thank you.